Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. This is teacher Amani and welcome to our series, our Ramadan series this year. I hope that you're having a great Ramadan so far, going to Tarawih prayers, eating delicious foods, making nice crafts, and preparing for Eid. That's one of my best parts about Ramadan. Let's start. Should I pick up? Alright, let me do it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Teacher Amani speaking.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, do you mind actually if I put you on speakerphone? There's a bunch of people watching and they will be hearing our whole conversation. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Let me put you on speakerphone then. Alright, I'm listening. Well, and everybody's listening.
My name is Ilyas.
Alright, and how old are you?
I am 6 years old.
Nice.
I'm calling you because I'm sad.
But why? What happened?
I had a play date with my friend last week. He came to my house and really wanted to play with my favorite car. I shared all my toys with him. I wanted to play with it too. So I told him that he can take it home when it's time to leave. Of course, I didn't mean it. So when his mom said it was time to leave, I took it and told him that it's mine. He cried a lot when he was putting on his shoes. I am worried I made him sad.
Of course you made his heart sad. Oh, it looks like we got disconnected. But let me explain it to you. So you did promise him something and you broke your promise. And it's really upsetting and it makes people's hearts sad. But let's not talk about what happened. Let's talk about what you can do to fix this. How about that? So my suggestion would be, in the next time you see your friend, in a play date or at school, or if you see them at the playground or in the masjid, say sorry to them. And saying sorry is a big deal and it makes a huge difference. That will make their heart a little bit happy. And my suggestion is, next time when you have visitors or like play dates, and if you have a friend that wants to play with a toy that belongs to you and you really love it, you can tell them that I'm playing with it right now, but we can take turns. I can play with it with 5 more minutes, and then you take it for 10 more minutes, and then I take it for 10 minutes, and you guys take turns. This way, you both enjoy the toy and you have a wonderful time together, which is the point of the play date, right? Yeah. Actually, in my library, I have a really cool story. I would like to read it to you. Shall we go read it? All right, let's do it. Today's story is called Keeping Promises. Now let's begin reading. And when we begin anything, we always say Bismillah. Bismillah.
It's not always easy to keep a promise, but Salihah does, and her friends love that about her. Let's see how. Salihah, let's play at my house. I have a new doll's house,
said her friend Zarina.
Sorry, Zarina, but I have promised Maryam that I would study with her,
Salihah answered. Zarina was so disappointed.
but I don't like to play dolls alone,
She said.
I would really love to play with you, but I have already made a promise to Maryam,
said Salihah.
What about if we play after I'm finished?
Asked Salihah.
That's a great idea. Let's ask Maryam to play with us too,
said a very happy Zarina.
MashaAllah. That's very kind of you, Zarina. Insha'Allah, I will invite Maryam to play with us too,
said Salihah.
I will wait for you and Maryam at my house,
said Zarina cheerfully. Saliha went to her friend Maryam's house to study just as she promised. Saliha is always careful in making promises to her friends and family. The two girls studied nicely together and finished all their homework. Saliha was not tempted to go and play with the new dollhouse instead of doing her work. Zarina was so happy to see her two friends come to her house. Now they could all play together with the new dollhouse. All three girls had a great time playing with the new dollhouse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward Saliha for keeping her promise. Saliha always says Insha'Allah when she makes a promise, because she knows that everything is up to Allah. And because Saliha always keeps her promises, everyone around her trusts her. Her friends, her teachers, and her parents. She's also a good example for her younger brother, Ali. The end.
I hope you enjoyed the story and that you learned something from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tell us that as Muslims we should keep our promises. When people break their promises, they make each other's hearts sad, they break the connections between people, and they break the connections between their hearts. And then people won't trust each other as much, and they won't believe each other. And I don't really want to live in a world where nobody believes me or nobody trusts me, or in a world where I don't believe or trust people around me, right? So as Muslims, we only make promises to things that we actually plan to do. And when we make promises, we keep them. I really hope you learned something from today's story. And I will see you inshallah in the next video. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.